Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the SimZone. We have round 3, Division 2 here of the PS5 GT3 Championship, and we are at Silverstone. Track is currently damp. It did actually start off wet, but it looks like the times will start to improve as the session goes on. So we're currently just 5 minutes, or just under 6 minutes left of this qualifying session to go, and we have TFJ on provisional pole with a 2:07.7 with Sayers just a tenth off of him. Now we saw these two having quite a battle in round 1 at Hungaroring, with TFJ taking the win just about, fending off Sayers towards the end. They took different strategies, these two. I believe TFJ didn't change his tyres in the pits, and Sayers did, so it led to quite an interesting battle between the two. But yeah, currently TFJ on provisional pole. EMD in P3 at the moment. Edgar Monroy P4 and Lackey in P5. But the top three are the only ones within a second of each other as we speak. Looks like Palmer and later Maxi still yet to set a lap time here. Maxi in the Nissan as he rounds the final corner. Let's see what time he can do. He's got some heavy damage on that Nissan. Why is he still keeping it out on track? If I were him, I'd return the car to the pits. As you can see, all that understeer he's getting, and he's invalidated as well. Looks like he's going to continue, which is interesting. I would have returned the car to the pits to repair that damage immediately. But, you know, he's still staying out on track, which is an odd move to make. But let's see who else is going to cross the line. We've got the 777 car of Daytime Dave in a new livery this week, and he moves up into P6A, so he improves that time around. We've got Sayers rounding the final corner in just a moment. Rounds the final corner now. Has he found enough time to take pole off of TFJ? And he crosses the line. Doesn't look like he has. They're using all that curb into turn one and all the exit curb as well. And a bit of the grass going into Maggots and Beckett's. Not exactly what you want to be doing, but he's opened up the corner really well through there. That's actually going to go on board with Sayers here. Oh, no, 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 no. Wrong time to go on board. That was the commentator's curse. And looks like EMD is off the track as well as we see it stream. So, commentator's curse quite strong today, maybe. I sure hope not. Oh, good. We've got you back.
Yeah, I'm back.
Brilliant. Yeah, I sure hope not with the commentator's curse. Edgar Monroy is rounding the final... Oh, wait, no, he's not rounding the final corner. He's onto the Hamilton straight now. Still got another sector of this lap to go. But coming into this round, let's have a quick read of the standings here for Division 2. So it's Sayers leading the championship after TFJ's incident at Paul Ricard with CosmiCrusader, who has actually been removed from the league. But Sayers leading the championship on 115 points, followed by TFJ on 106. So just 9 points separating the top two, even after TFJ's P8 at Paul Ricard last round, and Sayers finished on the podium, P3. EMD in P3 in the championship on 105 points, so just 1 point behind TFJ. He took P2 last time out at Paul Ricard. Lackey currently sitting in P4 on 90 points, tied with Sperano in P5, also on 90 points. Steph Jake in P6 on 84. Daytime Dave in P7 on 71. Edgar Monroy in P8 on 67 points. Yaroslav in P9 on 64 points. And to round off the top 10, Overtaker in P10 on 63, but he's not here today, so he won't be picking up any points for this round. Lee in the comments saying commentator's curse. Yep, definitely was. But let's see. Still as it were, looks like TFJ has actually improved to a 7.1, 7/10 clear of Sayers here. And looks like we've got the 237. Is it 237? Yeah, 237 of Steph Jake about to cross the line here. 3 seconds off though. And I did say the track's going to be improving as the session goes on. So the times are coming down slightly, but let's see what Steph Jake can do. Up to P8 he goes. So the highest running Nissan at the moment.
Yeah, now it's Lecky coming over the finish line. P5 improves by 2/10 still in P5. It's still time to go for one lap.
Oh no, that's it. That's his qualifying over there. He's probably not got enough fuel. Whoops. To continue his quali session. Acrio about to cross the line here. No improvement that time around. Still P12 for Acrio. 3.5 seconds down. So a lot of these drivers that you usually see towards the top, really struggling in this quali session and in the rain as well. We've got, well, I mean, the top three, TFJ, Sayers and Edgar Monroy, you always see at the top really in Division 2 so far from what we've seen. And EMD as well, always there or thereabouts. He had pole at Hungaroring actually and didn't have the best start, so Yeah, he's definitely
Yeah,
one to watch out
Sayers is
for.
not improving because he didn't leave any gap to Price in front of him going to Magus Beckett, and he needed to slam on the brake, so he's not improving.
Who is that?
Sayers.
Sayers.
So
Oh. Yeah, that's his.
not very handy.
Yeah, that's pretty much his quali session over then. But he's going to continue on this lap. Doesn't really look like he's pushing the car at the moment. Yeah, it doesn't look like he's pushing at the... Yeah, he's going to pull over, I think. Who else is about to cross the line? We've got two cars quite close to each other. Is it the 43 car? Yes, it is. Windsor currently in P21, 10 seconds off. Now, Windsor finished, I believe it was P12 last time out at Paul Ricard, but currently sitting in P21 in this quali session. I don't think he's had much practice for this race, but let's see if he can improve that qualifying position as he rounds the final corner now, staying well clear of the curbs. As he crosses the line, does improve, but it's not enough.
Yeah, a bit unfortunate there for Windsor, and with 5 tenths of Parma PL, and the next car coming over the finish line is Price. I believe he changed his livery a bit because now he's running the yellow Iron Links livery. Coming over the line, P16 now, and he goes up to P13.
Nice, good improvement there for Price. So he's going to be happy with that. We've still got a few cars out on track. 64 car of AGC, also known as Alex, in that bright pink Audi. He's going to cross the line. Doesn't look like he improved. Still P7 there. But yeah, those colours probably going to help in these conditions. Although we'll have to see how wet the track is once we flick over to the race session. Parma PL coming up towards the final few corners here. Currently P29 seconds off though, which is quite a way off in terms of lap time.
Yeah, and going through the last corner, really wide, all over the curb, and he lost
it. Well, a good pit entrance though. Oh no, it would have been a good pit entrance, but he hit the wall there. So there we have it. It is TFJ on pole, Sayers in P2, and Edgar Monroy in P3. We'll be back in just a moment to start this 45-minute race for Division 2. So, ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, track started flooded, it's now gone to wet, so that's going to help the drivers a bit more, but it started, well, it went from wet, then it went flooded pretty much instantly, and now it's back to wet. You can see the rain on the forecast. It seems to be settling down in about 10 minutes, so that will aid the drivers, but visibility, even from our trackside cameras, is absolutely horrible. So for the drivers out on track, it's not going to be good whatsoever. They're going to struggle to really see what's going on in front of them. That's why they're going to need to be extremely careful. Yeah.
We got one car in the pits.
Steph Jake in the pits. Has he pressed the drive button maybe, or maybe he's gone on the wrong tyres? I'm not sure.
Oh. And Windsor's just spun it.
Windsor has spun as well. Oh, on the formation lap. Oh god, he's got a long way to catch up here. They might even go
green mid corner.
Yeah, I think he might be okay. No, I don't think he's going to be okay. Let's see. Hopefully he can catch up in time. No, I don't think he will.
He needs to drive at
the speed limit. Yeah. Actually, he might be okay. I think he's on the back now. Yep. So he's just about made it. But we will be going green very, very soon. TFJ's got the inside line. Sayers on the outside. And we should be green very shortly once they crossed. Oh, what's happened here? TFJ with not the best start at all. Sayers has already got in front, and he's going to secure P1 going into turn 1. So Sayers with an amazing start there. TFJ with a huge mistake. Although Sayers running slightly wide, Edgar Monroy holds on to P2. EMD all over the curb, very sideways there, and looks like Lackey is going to get past going into Maggins and Beckett, although they're still side by side, and no, Lackey backs out of that, and looks like everyone has made it through cleanly.
Yeah, and TFJ still.
Oh no, Pete Bibb has lost the car there. I think someone has tagged the rear end. He's got some damage there on the rear, and that's a bit of a shame, but he's got it going, and it doesn't look like it's too much damage. But yeah, you were saying, TFJ. Oh, Sayers really late on the brakes there, and looks like he's lost the rear of the car. And if you can catch him, looks like he's rejoined just...
He lost the position.
Yeah, he has lost the position, but it looks like he's rejoined just in front of Edgar Monroy. He's going to have a look for a move down the inside, but has to back out of that. That could have ended in contact there. We've got Jack Croft in P6 now. Actually, no, Jack Croft.
P5.
P5. Where's
and
EMD?
It's Carnage.
Where? Oh no. Looks like that's the 72 car.
Critical Ghost.
Critical Ghost, yeah, looks like there has been a huge collision here. That's one of the Ferraris off. I think that's Chef BS1 who's been involved in that as well. And yeah, looks like there has been a bit of an accident towards the back of the field. Steph Jake is going now. Later Maxi is there. No, it doesn't look to be too bad, in fact. They don't look to have much damage on their cars, so maybe... Oh, bit wide there for AGC. Now, going through this section, through Abbey and then through Village, it's really... Abbey Farm and Village, it's really, really difficult. I mean, there's not much grip, and those curbs, if you try and carry too much speed, if you get on those curbs, it's pretty much game over. And looks like that is later Maxi slightly wide. He's going to have to let AGC through, and AGC onto the curb, onto the grass. Oh, that was close. Who was wide? Jack Croft.
Jack Croft lost the 2 positions. He's getting one back now on Lackey. He in the last corner went really wide, and he almost lost the car there.
Yeah, it's got a bit of another wiggle there as he crosses the start-finish line. Now the rain looking to get less shortly. We've got another yellow flag out on track in the same corner there. In the last couple corners, going through Brooklands and Luffield, there seems to be some drivers not stopping the car in time. I believe later Maxi may have been caught up in something there. No, he looks to be okay. Kirito Ghost now going for a move, coming up towards turn 1. He's on the outside here. Is he going to try and get it done around the outside? No, very late on the brakes there. Looks like Windsor's followed him through, and Pete Bibb might be able to get that position back off of Windsor. Looks like he's held onto that position as Pete Bibb, so he keeps on to P19. But let's go back to Sayers. Oh, the 64 car has lost it, actually. That's AGC facing the wrong way, and he's now dead last, but let's go back to Sayers, who's 3 seconds back here to TFJ. So TFJ running away with it now that Sayers has to defend against from EMD, and looks like EMD is going to slide down the inside there, and he's got that position almost, a bit of contact between the two, and that looks like it was Sayers' fault. That was EMD's corner in my opinion, and oh, they're stuck here. EMD is going to have to wait. If I were him, I'd reverse the car. I'd reverse. Why is he waiting? Oh, almost clipping the Nissan there of Axia as well, but he's got going. And yeah, I think that was down to Sayers there. Just clip the rear end of EMD, and
oh,
yeah.
and Lecky hit the wall.
Has he?
Yeah, going
through farm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's luckily for him, he went in with the side of the car, but Bill hit the wall, and Monroy and TFJ are having such a big lead. And who's in P3? It's
Price.
Andrew Price.
What on earth? He's enjoying these conditions, isn't he? In fact, throughout the week, he's been saying he'd love for the track to be flooded, he'd love for it to be extremely wet. And, well, here we have it. The track is very wet, although he does seem to be struggling with his connection, so let's hope he can stay connected. I know he's been having issues with that as well. You can see his car sort of rubber banding and twitching, so I hope he can stay connected. But yeah, running P3 is Price, and well, he's made up so many positions off the start, avoided all that carnage, and he's now in a bit of clean air. Maybe he can hunt down the top two here, although he's got quite a way to go, but still plenty of time left in the race to make up some time here. Now we switch to Sperano in P6, who's got Acura behind him, Audio Bro in P8, Yaroslav in P9, and actually a bit further back, but we've got the two Ukrainian drivers, Yaroslav and Akril. In fact, Audio Bro is now behind these two? Yeah, behind these two. So Audio Bro has made a mistake there. He's now behind Yaroslav. So that means the two Porsches you can see there running the Ukrainian colours are P7 and P8. It looks like... Oh, what's happened to Monroy? Price is right on the back.
He almost spun it.
Right on the back.
I was looking at the battle, and Echo Monroy almost spun it, and Price is within 6/10. So
unbelievable. Price is making some gains here. He's going to be happy that he might be able to finish on the podium for this race. You see the forecast once again showing less rain, so track's going to get a bit more grippier. Pressures are going to get slightly higher as we go towards the end of this race, but Price's connection not looking too promising at the moment. It's quite. Let's hope he can stay connected. Really hope he can stay connected. But he is on the hunt for P2 here, and I mean even the fastest guy, Edgar Monroy, has been up there throughout. Well, throughout
the week,
the season. Well, since the start of the season, really, and. Oh, Price very late on the brakes there onto the grass. I think we'll flick off of him. It might be the commentator's curse, but it looks like, yeah, Edgar Monroy has been at the top throughout the week and throughout the championship, and it just goes to show...
Oh, EMD lost it. He was doing donuts in the grass.
Oh, no, and it just goes to show that even the top drivers do make mistakes. Even Sayers has made a mistake, as we've seen, but he's making his way back through the field, currently running in P10, looking for a move on Audio Bro. So Sayers hasn't lost out too much, but leading the championship coming into this round, P10 is not going to be what he wants at all, and he could have possibly had a podium here. But yeah, he has to fight his way back through the field, and on the back of Audio Bro now looking for a move, going into Maggots and Beckett's got the two Porsches in front of him there battling as well, and Audio Bro is going to have to give him the space, and what a move there from Sayers into Maggots and Beckett's. And he's got that move done. Let's quickly switch to... who should we switch to? We'll get some onboards up in just a moment. But yeah, they're spaced out ever so slightly. These four are the closest on track at the moment. Let's go on board with Sayers now. In fact, we're going to have to do this bit of a bug on console. Now we should be able to go on board. There we go. Now we're on board with Sayers, and there we go. It's pretty much impossible to see. It's actually not too bad right now because he is pretty much out of the spray, out of Acura spray, and he's going to go for a switchback here. He's going to be alongside, and almost contact between the two. Acura had to back out of that, and you can see they say he's having to lift, but he's made that move. In fact, yep, he's made that move now, and up a position goes Sayers. Let's go on board with Acura actually. Look at this spray, it's horrible. Even the wipers aren't really doing their job, and Acura onto the curb, keeping the car in a straight line, pointing in the right direction. That could have been a race ending there for Acura. Have we got any comments coming in? Let's have a look. We've got Kenny saying it'll be fun, hopefully. Paul Mitchell saying, to be honest, he would enjoy this, just not up to it. Yeah, we hope you get well soon, Paul.
Oh, Acryl just went really wide again, and Audio Bros on his back now again.
Yeah, and you can see Sayers there in front is pulled away, almost 2-3 seconds here. Lord Pilfer comment saying, what a move from Sayers. Kenny echoing his comments there. And yeah, Sayers now on the hunt for Yaroslav, who's second in front. We go back to Soprano, who is on the back of Jackcraft, and that's actually going to help. In fact, Daytime Dave, Jackcraft, and Sperano, that's actually going to help Price. These three battling is going to allow Price to keep that distance and maybe even close up to Edgar Monroy, who has now taken the fastest lap of the race. Let's have a look at what the fastest lap is. A 2:18.8. That just goes to show how wet the track is. Usually we've seen what, 2:11s to 2:15s on quite a wet track, but 2:18. Yeah, that is very, very wet. I mean, it started flooded, as you know. So yeah, but times will come down as the rain starts to settle down slightly. We do also have a pit window, so I think drivers may not need to change their tyres for a 45-minute race in the wet. I mean, wet tyres do last longer, and I think all the drivers, if their pressures are okay, they're probably better off not changing tyres.
And I think this will be the same for what's coming up. That's Div 1 after this. Tyre changes may not be needed.
Yeah, it just depends on the weather, really. If it goes from really wet to light rain, then yeah, of course you'd have to change tyres, otherwise you'll be running overinflated wet tyres. You'd cause more wear and whatnot on them. But I think I mean, it started flooded and it's still very, very wet, and the rain looks like it will go heavier once again after it goes lighter, so I think they might be okay to stick to their current tyres and save themselves 5 seconds in the pits.
Yeah, and looking at the times, Daytime Dave is catching Price. The gap last lap was around 6 seconds, is now 4.8. So even though these drivers are battling with each other, still gaining on Price. So and with TFJ in front, taking the fastest lap of Edgar Monroy.
Yeah, 8 seconds in front of Edgar Monroy. That's something to be proud of at the moment, but still half an hour left to go. You never know, drivers can make mistakes. And yeah, I mean, Daytime Dave was closing in on Price. He had about a second gap to Jackcraft, but Jackcraft's now closed that gap once again, so maybe a possible mistake from Daytime Dave. You can see Price just up ahead going onto the hangar straight now, but Yaroslav is being hunted down here by Sayers now. Look at the exit here that Sayers has got onto the hangar straight. Oh, a bit of an oversteer there from Sayers.
What a catch.
Yeah, he caught that just in time.
Audio Bro is off.
Oh no, Audio Bro is off. Yep. I don't think he's got any damage though. Looks like he's continuing those curves into Maggots, and Beckett's very deadly as well. And had to hit the brakes there in order to, I think that's Chef BS1 who is just in front of him. Yep. And it looks like he's going defensive.
Damage.
Who?
Chef BS1, and
yeah.
The right side of the car is all broken.
Yeah, I think they picked that up at the start of the race, where we saw into Brooklands, and oh, Audio Bro's lost it again. No, a bit of oversteer once again there from Audio Bro. And he's really struggling in these conditions, but rejoins the circuit. Oh, and
and he
spins once
spun
again. Oh no, this is
Hang on the
horrible.
grass, you'll spin again.
Yep, and that's the problem with the AMG and the wet grass. You've got so much torque in that car. If you slam your foot on the throttle, you're just going to light up the rears and spin again. And short shifting in that moment is very important. That's a mistake that a lot of drivers make. Not short shifting. Looks like Windsor, now we go to P18 on the back of later Maxi, but that gap is over a tenth now. Pete Bibb on the back of Kirito Ghost as well, so we've got another battle for pretty much P20, almost last place. Acura is actually in the pits, interestingly, so I think he may have picked up some damage and maybe retired the car.
And Jack Croft just passed Daytime Day for P4.
Yeah, he has. Good spot.
And the gap.
Yep.
The gap has been a bit bigger now with Price. The gap was 3.8 last lap, and it's now 4.8. So Price, making a bit of a gap again, but driving in no man's land at the moment, with Edgar Monroy 12 seconds in front of him.
Yeah, I mean, I think the top two have pretty much checked out for now. But still half an hour left to go, and now Jack Croft into clean air, doesn't have to battle with anyone. Can he close the gap to Price here? We'll just have to wait and see. Let's hope Acura goes back out on track to continue the race. I believe he will, but looks like Sayers in the thick of it all here. Looks like Sperano's made a massive mistake. He's dropped down a couple of positions. He's now behind Yaroslav actually, and we've got the pit window open here for the race. But yeah, Sperano has made a mistake. Looks like Sayers down the inside of Yaroslav. No, he tried that move but had to back out. Yaroslav was ahead going into the corner, and that would be Stowe. But yeah, Sayers looking good to a good recovery drive from him so far, and it's just a damage limitation now, which is a bit of a shame because I think he could have kept up with TFJ possibly, and yeah, it could have been another good battle between those two. But I mean, TFJ didn't have the best of rounds last time at Paul Ricard, and I think it's going to be a bit of a, well, the same here for Sayers.
A recovery for TFJ.
I know, right? Sorry to interrupt. Yaroslav deep in the brakes, and that allows Sayers through. So the pressure got to him there, and yeah, Sayers through up into P6. In fact, Sayers might be able to get a top 5 here, maybe even a top 3 is still on the cards, because Price is only about, what's that? Let's say
2.3.
4.
Oh, and Jack Croft is off.
Oh no.
He went wide in the second to last corner.
Yep, he has. Yep. Did Daytime Dave pass him?
Nope.
No.
So he's kept the position, but he has a lot of oversteer going into the last corner. And
Daytime
Dave is now in the pits.
Yeah, I think that's a very wise decision there from Daytime Dave. He's caught up in a bit of traffic here, so an early pit stop will actually help him. Looks like EMD has just passed EMD was on the back of Axia. EMD's made a mistake actually. He's no longer 2/10 behind Axia. He's now having to defend from Steph J. Will we see him dive into the pits?
Yes, we will. No, we won't.
He's staying out. Yeah, it looked like he was going to go in the pits there, but interestingly, he stayed out. Sperano into the pits as well, so he followed Daytime Dave in. But yeah, Sayers can still definitely pick up a podium. He's only about
2 seconds away from Jack Croft.
Yeah, 2 seconds off of Jack Croft and about 6-7 seconds off of Price, and that's definitely doable in 27 minutes. So yeah, Sayers is still on track for a podium here, but will Jack Croft let Sayers go through? Let's see. On board with Sayers now. You see how bad the spray is. You can't really see the water on the windscreen until we go to this view. Then it's quite bad. You can see, and Jack Croft wide there on the curb, bit of oversteer once again, and really squirrely on the exits as Jack Croft. Doesn't look like it's a stable setup. He has lost it a few times, but yeah, he's
Sayers right in the back at the moment, and this is good for Price because the gap is almost 7 seconds now.
Yeah, Price is actually pulling away once again. So Oh, you can hear a bit of understeer there. I think Sayers maybe a bit too late on the brakes and turning the wheel a bit too much. You can hear the front tyre scrubbing. Oh, a bit of a misshift as well there from Sayers. And he's lost some time, but I don't think he has to worry about Yaroslav behind him. You can see Yaroslav is a bit further back. And just watching this battle up in front.
And Jack was wide again in that corner, this time keeping it on the tarmac.
Yeah,
But
you can barely even see these two cars in front when you're watching, when we're on board with Yaroslav. They're pretty much invisible. But yeah, like you said, Jackcroft went wide and Sayers tried for the move, but quite a difficult move to go for in the final few corners.
Yeah, Sayers doing a 2:19.8 at the same time as Jackcroft, so Hooschii is a bit wide there. So these two drivers are not gaining a lot on Price at the moment.
Now Price holding his own. Stuart in the comments saying great conditions, have a great race. Oh yeah, great conditions. I'm sure you wouldn't want to be out of track at the moment. But yeah, these two batting for position. A mistake from Jackcroft. Oh, I don't know what's happened to later Maxi, but a huge mistake from Jackcroft. He had to. He was on the grass on the exit of Maggots and Beckett's, and Sayers has pulled alongside him there, going down the hanger straight. And Sayers got the job done even before the braking zone.
Oh, Sayers.
He's made the same mistake he did on the opening laps, late on the brakes, and I think he locked up the rears there. But yeah, it was way too late on the brakes there for Sayers. And Jackcroft back through. These two battling has allowed Yaroslav to come back through. But yeah, what were you saying about later Maxi?
Later Maxi just collided with the wall again. Going on the final straight. He spun it. And he's going now to Maggots Beggars again. A lot of oversteer. But he has some damage, and I'm surprised that he's not pitting. And
oh, what's happened to Price? Price has lost the car somewhere.
His connection is really weird.
Oh no, Price's connection. What on earth is going on here? Yeah, I think he's disconnected. That's a shame for Price. Yeah, I'm not sure where Price. Oh no, that's horrible for Price. His internet letting him down there. He is running such a good race. And
this hurts my eyes looking at it.
yeah, I mean he's crabbing. I don't know if that's new Ferrari technology, but no, that's such a shame. He's running such a good race there.
Crabs do love water, but I don't think it will be beneficial for him to go crabbing around. And Jackcroft's still in front of Sayers here.
Yeah, after that mistake from Sayers.
Oh, Yaroslav. He went in the pits and couldn't slow it down in time and hit the pit wall on the inside.
Could it be a stop go 30? Do you think?
I don't think so. He hit the wall first. So,
yeah, the pit wall before entering the pit line, right?
Yes, mid corner he just rammed into it.
Yeah, Price still struggling with his connection here. I think I'm not sure how he's still connected, to be honest. We may have to ask him to. Well, he's not around anyone, so that's okay. But with it being this bad, we may have to ask him to retire the car, unfortunately. But
yeah, Sayers in P3 now. He overtook Jackcroft on the end of the hangar straight.
Good move there from Sayers. Didn't quite catch that. Too busy watching Price. But it looks like Windsor on the back of later Maxi Steel. In fact, Windsor diving into the pits now, pulling the trigger about the halfway mark here of this race.
Exactly at the halfway mark. Just as you said it, it's at halfway.
Yeah, exactly halfway. But Price, how is he still connected? I'm surprised here. Let's hope his connection, settles down and he can continue with this race. Because he's still running in a good position, P6.
Yeah, I think if I was Price, I would dive in the pits just to settle everything a bit down, but not much he can do about his internet, of course.
No, there's not much he can do, unfortunately. But,
and Edgar Monroy is now into the pit lane, so TFJ is still the leader, of course, with a big gap of 19 seconds.
Wow, yeah, huge lead. And after Sayers made the move on Jack Croft, he hasn't actually been able to pull away. Jack Croft has been keeping the pressure on him, and he's going to go for an earlier pit stop than Sayers, maybe for an undercut here, because Jack Croft was actually challenging Sayers for that position. So Sayers may want to... In fact, he's out in clean air. He could keep it out for longer, maybe towards the last few minutes of the pit window. But, I mean, if he wants to cover that undercut, he's going to have to pit this lap. But we'll have to see.
And not a lot of cars close to each other right now. Oh, and I believe Bryce is in the pit lane. I just saw him flying through my screen.
Yep.
And Jaroslav didn't pick up a stop go, but Edgar Monroy did.
Oh no! As soon as you said stop go, Edgar Monroy comes out the pits with one. And, I don't think that's going to be a podium for him, actually. It's going to be tough. Sayers was definitely on the podium already. Jack Croft now might have a good chance of getting on the podium.
Oh, Lackey.
Lackey still has to serve his pit stop, so I don't think he will be on the podium. But Edgar Monroy, I mean, yeah, it's pit entry difficult in the wet, especially. So, yeah, I don't think it's going to be a podium here for Edgar Monroy. In fact, he's going to have to work his way back up to the podium if he wants to get on there. But he'll probably be around P5. And EMD now with the fastest lap of the race. That's just switched. Oh, Price with a stop go 30 as well. Oh no, he's had connection issues, and now he's got a stop go 30. It's not his day. Not his day at all. I think part of that is his connection not helping him when going into the pits.
Yeah, and I think he wants to drive all of the race because yeah, there's still some points, but I don't think it's doable for him in these conditions.
No, I think that connection doesn't settle down within 5 minutes. It's going to be a bit of a danger for the others on track, so we may have to ask him to retire the car, unfortunately. But fingers crossed, it fixes itself. In about 5 minutes, you can see there TFJ going down the hangar straight. Still have to serve his pit stop. In fact, the top four and later Maxi still have to serve their pit stops too.
Oh, and TFJ is coming up to Price. I believe it was Price. Oh, and Price
is off. Yeah, I think he may retire the car now. The connection's not helping him whatsoever. Such a shame. He was running P2, wasn't he, at one point, or P3, and it could have been P2, especially now that Edgar Monroy's got a stop go 30, which he's now going into serve. But Price still stopped on the exit there. We are going to have to get him to either return to garage or leave the session, but I don't know if his connection has completely failed him. But we'll stop watching him for now. Let's go to Palmer, PL and Steph Jake now batting for position. These two have served their mandatory pit stops, and a poor exit for Palmer there. And looks like Steph Jake is going to go for the move then to the right-hander, going into Abbey and Farm now up towards Village. This heavy braking zone into this right-hander. Then we go through the loop, which is not the heaviest braking zone, but it is quite a sharp corner. Traction control will be limiting you on the exit here a lot. But yeah, a good move there from Steph Jake. And
now TFJ in the pits. Can he stop it in time? And he will take it really cautiously.
Yeah, it looks like Price's car is rolling. His connection is getting better. It's coming down. It's going down very slowly, so it might be okay now. Let's hope. Fingers crossed. But yeah, I hope I didn't curse him earlier by saying his connection. Let's hope he stays connected. Timembele saying Nissan on podium. That would be a dream. I don't think so. I don't think so.
All I'm saying is hitting the wall really hard going into the pits.
Oh no, it's a common mistake. I've mentioned to these drivers in the briefing, be careful of that pit entry. You can easily hit the pit wall and it looks like it's caught a
He's
few
number
people out.
4 already. Number 4 who's hit the pit wall. So not really beneficial for these drivers.
Price's connection has come down, but he's still got that stop go 30 to serve.
Later Maxi now with a stop go 30.
Oh my god, these drivers not liking this pit entry whatsoever. And late on the brakes there from EMD, overshoots the corner, almost second the back of Chef BS1, but it's Lackey just ahead of these two. 3 Ferraris are going to be battling for position here, possibly. Lackey just over a second and a half in front of Chef BS1, and EMD now coming through the field once again after his incident with Sayers. Now let's see, has Jack Craft got the undercut on Sayers here? Sayers unleashed from the pits. Jack Craft, no, he's not going to have it, I don't think. I think Sayers is going to be ahead, yeah. Sayers stays ahead even after hitting the pit wall.
Yeah, and Sayers almost lost it in the going off the jacks, and he pressed the power and he almost spun it there.
Yeah,
just got it in time.
So easy to do. You can't floor the throttle out of when you're coming out of the pits. Well, once you've been dropped off the jacks, it does generate a lot of wheel spin. And yeah, he's got quite a gap now to Jack Craft behind him, but 33 seconds the TFJ in front. That is a huge lead.
Yeah, not often that we see this kind of lead, especially not in the rain, because yeah, of course some drivers will be faster, and there will be a lot of mistakes, but no mistakes yet from TFJ. Let me knock on wood, because I don't want to curse him. No. He's luckily on the straight right now, coming up to, I think that is Windsor.
Yeah, well, speaking of Windsor, Paul Mitchell saying Windsor is making up great places. Yeah, up into P15 now. Not the best start from him with spinning on the formation lap, but he has made up quite a few positions, and looks like he's got the race leader now. TFJ, like you said, coming to put a lap on him. Paul Mitchell also saying, looks like rain is stopping. Nah, it's not going to be stopping. It's in fact going to get heavier in another 10 minutes, or within 10 minutes. Could be earlier than that. So yeah, it's still going to be quite wet, the track. So yeah, the driver's still been alright with one set of wet tyres.
Yeah, and Jack Craft is still doing well in P3. The gap behind him is 5.6. The gap in front of him is 4.5. So I think he will take that. Let's hope he keeps it out on track, and he only got Yaroslav behind him.
Yeah, and Yaroslav is how far behind him, in fact? Quite a way back.
5.5.
5.5, yeah. So a big gap here between Sayers and Jack Craft and Yaroslav. So, as he goes wide there on the exit of turn 1. Looks like Windsor and Sperano now batting for position. Windsor losing that position to Sperano, actually. And Sperano up into P15. Windsor down into P16 now. Sperano didn't have a great pit stop, I think. He's made a mistake. He was battling with... who was he battling with earlier? It was Yaroslav, wasn't it?
I think so, yeah, because it was up the field, but... had a couple of moments, I think, and he lost some positions. Yeah,
he's definitely made some mistakes, and Palmer PO as well has made some great positions, some great moves in this race. He's up into P14 now, as he goes very late on the brakes there. But yeah, he's definitely made up some positions. In fact, that would be a good wet line to take, that line that he took, but in ACC... a problem with wet weather is that the grip is quite constant, and well, in real life you'd have to take wet lines, a bit like karting, even on wet tires. But yeah, no, it's quite constant on ACC. So yeah, if Palmer was in real life, those wet lines would be absolutely perfect. But in ACC, yeah, they're going to be slowing him down at the moment. As we switch to EMD. Still trying to battle with EMD with Chef BS1, sorry, but he's lost quite a bit of time. He was right on the rear bumper of Chef BS1 not long ago. But now that gap is about a second. And in fact, that's allowed Lackey to pull away. Lackey onto the grass there slightly. No, I think he's alright. Almost onto the grass. But yeah, he's losing some time now to Chef BS1. He got a poor exit, and look at this. Chef BS1 in the slipstream now, coming down the Wellington Straight. He's not close enough to go for a move. Well, we've seen Chef BS1 a bit late on the brakes here. This time he's got it nice and tucked in. And Lackey likewise, both taking good lines in these last few corners.
And Jackraft's actually pulling a gap to Jaroslav, with the gap being 6.7. Jackraft is kind of in a rhythm, I think, in his BMW, and maybe if he keeps it this way, we'll see what the gap on the end of the race is. But Jaroslav looks like he's a bit struggling when I'm looking at his onboards, but we never know with 10 minutes still to go. A lot can happen for these drivers.
Yeah, definitely a lot can happen, and like you said, Jackcraft, 4 seconds to Sayers. It's possible, but Sayers, I think when he's out on his own, he can be really consistent. We haven't really seen... Oh, I spoke too soon there. A bit of a slide on the rear. But yeah, like I said, we've only really seen him make mistakes when he's gone for an overtake and he's overshot the corner. But when he's on his own, I think he's quite focused. And he's just managing that gap to Jackcraft. We now look to AGC and Axia here. P10 and P11. It's like, bit of connection issues there from AGC. Luckily, he stayed connected as well. But yeah, this is another battle to watch out for. A Price, after suffering with connection issues and serving a stop-go all the way down in P20 on his own. Next car ahead, later Maxi, 21 seconds. So yeah, it's not been a great race from for Price, unfortunately. I mean, the start was absolutely brilliant, but let's hope he can get his connection sorted out, because we could have some great results there from Price. But we go back to this battle between AGC and Axia. Let's go on board here with AGC. Just looking for an opening here to get past Axia. A bit late on the brakes. Tried to take the outside line, which isn't going to work whatsoever. But that inside curve they're going through the loop, very, very deadly. Don't want to be taking too much of that. Right, a bit of a short shift there from AGC, but going through Brooklands. And who's that off? That is later Maxi. He's going to have to let the leaders through. Oh, the lead cars through. That was so close. Almost tagging the back of Axia there. Edgar Monroy now with the fastest lap of the race, taking that off of EMD, who's actually got past Chef BS1, is now closing the gap to Lackey. But yeah, these two still battle for position. Going through Cops. Now we've got a bit of a straight before we get to Maggots and Beckett's. This section is so important. You've really got to link these corners up. If you don't, you're going to get a really poor exit out of Beckett's and through Chapel, and then down the Hangar Straight. I mean, you're going to lose even more time.
Oh, and Axia made a mistake.
Oh no!
And you see also,
he's tried. I think he tried for a move there, but he carried too much speed. And now onto the Hangar Straight we go. I mean, well, that exit's not going to help him. Let's see how much time he's lost. And Audio Bro, 14 seconds back still. In fact, we've got one car off. Who's that?
it's later Maxi again.
Oh no, he's really struggling with that car. Almost lost it again. Yeah.
He almost lost it again and almost took a Price there.
Yeah, that was very close there. But yeah, Nissan's struggling in these conditions. Axia, currently the highest Nissan usually. Or from the past races, it's usually been Steph Jake, but yeah, the wet conditions for the Nissan not been very good. The Nissan doesn't really like the wet conditions whatsoever, so you can tell they're really struggling. But let's go to Edgar Monroy. He's only a second back, well, second and a half probably now, back to Daytime Dave. And let's get an onboard of the Honda. Yeah, I mean, even this far back, you can see all the spray that's coming off the car from the Porsche in front. barely even see Daytime Dave in P7 there.
Yeah, I cannot even see him as well. So all the cars producing a lot of spray at the moment, of course.
Yeah, can you imagine how bad, well, we saw how bad it was at the start, but can you imagine for the drivers? And in fact, looking at EMD side by side with Lucky as they head towards turn 1, EMD on the inside, he's going to have that inside line where most of the grip will be on ACC. But there we go. He's got that move done. And up into P5 goes EMD. In fact, it's already updated for us. There we go.
And looking at the gaps, DFJ has a gap of 35.5 seconds. So that shows how comfortable he is in the rain. And of course he's Dutch. We know we know a lot of rain here, and but still, great job of him.
Yeah, I mean he's been faultless so far, and I hope I haven't put.
Audio bro is off again.
He's off again. Oh.
Yeah, in cops. I believe it's cops. First corner.
It's not showing me. Yeah. It's cops.
Yeah, he was off again. He spun it on his own, and he lost a couple of positions.
Yeah, it's a shame.
AGC is now back on the rear of Axia now. With a gap only 7/10.
Yeah, these two are battling for position still. We've got Edgar Monroy and Daytime Dave now, also battling for position. We've got Dimmer just in the comments saying great racing. Give to Wessel in the comments, or Vessel in the comments saying Steph Jake having to start from the pits because of a spin in the formation lap. So that's why he started in the pits. And in fact, he's done well to make it up into P13. Currently lapping on his own, no cars around him at the moment, but he's done well to make it back up into a respectable position there. And it looks like Edgar Monroy has right indicator on. He's not going to be worrying about that when he's battling for position here. With just 4 minutes left of the race to go, and you can see the rain getting heavier now. So the spray is going to get worse and worse towards the end of this race.
Yeah, can you still see anything? Because I can't.
In fact, let's go on board with Edgar. Nope, I can't see a thing.
Yeah, that shows how bad the spray is, and I think he accidentally indeed put on his
indicator.
His blinker.
Yeah, takes up there with a horrible exit out of turn 1, and that's going to allow Edgar Monroy to get this position.
He's already passed.
Even before they enter Maggots and Beckett's, and yeah, there we go. Edgar Monroy with a very good turn 1. Capitalising on that mistake from Daytime Dave and just slingshotting past, and I think he'll probably be able to pull away down the hangar straight now, especially with that superior straight line speed from the Honda. What else have we got going on? Like you said earlier, AGC and Axia once again close to each other. Let's go on board with the Nissan. And the Nissan, another quick.
Almost lost it.
Yeah, I saw on the curb there. So the Nissan, another quick car on the straights. In fact, look at the gap he's pulling from the Audi. Look how late on the brakes AGC was. Shot the corner slightly there.
Yeah, but he's still trying his best to pass her. The gap's staying under a second, but again, really deep.
Oh yeah, he's not really hitting his marks here towards the end of the race. I think he's getting a bit too eager maybe now that he's seen the car in front. And what a save there from AGC. That could have been so close.
I think that was a Scott Brown moment over there.
He was practically facing the wall there. But managed to save that and onto the curb once again. He's taking huge risks at the end of the race here. And Edgar Monroy now hunting down Lackey, so he's looking for a top 6 here. Edgar Monroy, after his stop go 30, dropped down the order by a lot. He's running in P2, and he's now battling for P6 here. It just goes to show you how much time you lose with a stop go 30.
Yeah, but he's only, I think it's 1 or 2 tenths. It's 3 tenths behind of Lackey.
Yeah, he's fighting for position here. And he's putting on the pressure now. That indicator's still on.
Luckily for him, he cannot hear the sound of the indicator because that would drive him mad.
Yeah, that would be so annoying while you're trying to battle for position. I mean, I don't even think they'd hear it. You'd hear it properly with the with how loud that Honda is. But he's got a good exit here, and Lackey having to go defensive. Edgar Monroy waiting to the last second. He's got a gap on the inside. In fact, Lackey moving over to the middle of the track once again. Bit of weaving there from Lackey, but I don't think Edgar Monroy would have sent it down the inside. Yeah, Lackey opened up the door far too early. That could have been position lost for him. And a leader on the final lap now already. And in fact, a really bad exit there from Lackey, but Edgar Monroy with nowhere to go. Has to slam on the brakes there to avoid making contact. And once again, Edgar Monroy with a better exit. Is he going to find a way past here now, going into Abbey? And contact between the two, and luckily no one spinning there. That was a bit, that was a bit of an odd, yeah, that was odd
Luckily
contact.
no one's spun there.
Yeah. I thought Lackey would have lost the car there. It's quite odd. And Edgar Monroy sending it down the inside, capitalizing on that that door being open there. Lackey a bit unaware of Edgar Monroy there. I think he didn't expect Monroy to send it down the inside, but what a move. And the upper position he goes into P6. And where is our race leader? TFJ still in the second sector at the moment. We'll come back to him in just a bit when he's about to cross the finish line.
Yeah, and Jack Cross still in P3, as we said. If he can keep it up, he could finish on the podium, and the gap behind him is 10 seconds. So gaining a lot of Jaroslav here. So a good job from him, and still, I don't think it's over between. The gap is a second of Lackey and Daytime Dave, and Edgar Monroy just now with a bigger gap. They're going to Maggots and Baggots.
Yeah, it looks like Edgar Monroy is checked out now, and it's now the battle between Lackey and Daytime Dave. But whereas our race leader TFJ, he is coming through Luffield now, and he'll be entering the final corner in just a moment. Here we go, coming through the final corner now, flashing the lights already as he crosses the line with probably a 30-40 second lead to Sayers.
And he spun it.
And he's locked up the fronts there. He's locked up all tyres and into the wall ever so slightly. But what a dominant race there from TFJ, taking the fastest lap as well. So that's an extra point for TFJ, and well, he's going to be back in the championship lead after this. Actually, Sayers is going to be P2, isn't he? So even after a huge mistake from Sayers, he'll be P2, and I believe the gap between P1 and P2 is 6 points, and I think with that extra point, it's going to be 7 points that TFJ is going to gain on Sayers. I may be wrong, but I believe that's what it is. But Sayers crossing the line now. Oh no, a bit too early there, but pirouetting as he crosses the line.
And the gap is 42.5 seconds.
42 seconds. Huge lead there. And Jack Crafts crossing the line for his first podium here. Oops.
Oh.
That was yep, that's why we ask drivers not to stop on the track once they've crossed the line. But yeah, Jack Craft with his first podium here. Didn't do any practice whatsoever. And he's very new to ACC as well. So a good podium there from Jack Craft. Yaroslav's going to cross the line in P4. But like I said with the standings coming into this round, the standings were TFJ 9 points behind Sayers. So actually, Sayers has had an amazing recovery drive, and he's going to keep P1 in the championship. I think it'll just be 2 points separating the top two going into the next round. So it's very, very close, and Sayers has done an amazing job to bring that back. But yeah, Yaroslav P4, EMD P5, Edgar Monroy P6, Lackey P7, Daytime Dave P8, Chef BS1 P9, Axia P10, AGC is going to cross the line P11, Audio Bro is going to cross the line P12, and Price there crossing the line in P19. So there we have it, your standings here, or your results from round 3. TFJ P1, Sayers P2, Jackcroft P3. What great racing we had here in Division 2, but we're a bit tight for time, so we'll be back in about 10-15 minutes for Division 1. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're back for Division 1 now. We had Division 2 not long ago, just before this, and as we saw in that TFJ taking the win, Sayers in P2, and Jackcraft taking his first podium there in P3. But so, we've currently got a few times coming in. It is going to get wetter, so the earlier the drivers get their times in, the better for them. It's currently Besselink on provisional pole, a 2-minute 10.3. Colin Brander about 3/10 off, and Mr. White Smurf here also about 3/10 off in P3. Now the BMW, a really quick car at Silverstone. It is wet, of course, so look forward to seeing what the drivers can do. Aston JB currently in P4 as well, 9/10 off that provisional pole time. You can see the top two, Besselink and Colin Brander, already in the pits, so they probably don't think they can improve. Oh no, Colin Brander out on track now, so he might be looking to improve, and Besselink back out on track as well. But yeah, I don't really think we'll see much of improvement. In fact, we're going to have to press that again. Hold on. There we go. Much of an improvement as the rain gets heavier. But I think for now it might be okay for the first... well, for the next 5 minutes it might be okay. But for the last few laps, I think it's going to get heavier. Aston JB still on the lap here. We've got the 97 car about to cross the line. That's Martinez. Let's see what he can do, or if he can improve here. Currently 2.5 seconds off. Crosses the line. No improvement that time around. We've got Ibanez in P11 in a gold and black BMW there. Crosses the line, puts it into P6, so good improvement, but still nearly 2 seconds off. And looks like 667 car of Nyman. Sorry, no, that's not Nyman. 667 is Kerwin, who is currently P15, 3.5 seconds off. Turns to the pits, maybe to get some fresh rubber, or sort his tyre pressures out if they're not correct. White Smurf there goes on to provisional pole. He puts it into the pits, and Aston JB has just started the lap now. Besselink still on the lap here. I believe it's on his out lap. Besselink, yep. Colin Brander likewise on his out lap as well. The next car across the line is going to be the 91 car, Tonsack, here in the McLaren. He had a good battle last time out at Paul Ricard with Piroth, who's currently at P6 here, 1.5 seconds off. But Tonsack's going to cross the line. I mean, P15 there for Tonsack. So we've still got a few drivers yet to set some times. Christie, GT Jamie, he's also known as. But Christie currently in P20. Walker in P19. And Van Wanrooy here in P18. All have to put in lap times. And they've just got under 7 minutes left to do so. Now we would have a standings graphic, but we don't this time around. But I'll have a quick read of the standings coming into this round. So coming into this round, we have Katre leading the championship, and he's not here today, so that will be his dropped round then. He's going to lose some points in the championship, but he's currently leading the championship coming into this round on 122 points, 5 points ahead of Colin Brander in P2 on 117. Then Besselink in P3 on 108, 14 points behind the championship leader. BSTNA in P4 on 103, Aston JB in P5 on 84, so a big jump there from P4 to P5. Then we have Bad to Bones in P6 on 69 points. Christie in P7 on 67, tied with Dimmajuster, also on 67. Then in P9 we have Walker on 63 points. Dasmo Dasmo, and then rounding off the top 10, Dasmo on 61 points. So it's quite close between P6 and P10, but the top four very, very close as well. So, while I was reading that out, we've had a few changes in the order here. Another change there. Colin Brander has now put it on provisional pole 209, almost into the 208, 6/10 ahead of Adrian. Whitesworth still in, now down into P3. Aston JB in P4. Besselink now down into P5. So he's got some time to find here, but he's going to cross the line. Any improvement for Besselink? No, still in P5. The number 22 car crossed the line. That's bad to Bones. He goes up into P8. Lord Per-Olav, though, currently running in P6. Very strong showing so far from Per-Olav here. And I'm sure there's still time to find for him. We've got the 97 car, Martinez, about to cross the line. Has he found any more time? 1.6 seconds off. Nope, no improvement that time around. We've got the 572 car, Fednad, coming down the Wellington Straight. Rounds of the well, not the final corner, the penultimate corner. Now coming up towards the final corner. Has he found any more time? Let's see. As he crosses the line, yes, he has. Up into P15 goes Fednad. We've got Dimmer just currently running in P7 in oh, that very nice looking Audi there. And let's see if he's found any more time. Comes up towards the final corner now, currently running in P6, 1.4 seconds off. As he crosses the line, up into P4 he goes. He found about 3/10 there, and that's put him on the second row provisionally. There's still a few drivers yet to improve, and you can see how much traffic there is here in that final corner on that track map. Even with Silverstone being such a huge circuit, there's still a lot of traffic. Now, we don't have as many drivers as we usually would out on track. Usually we've had upwards of 25. This time quite a few drivers not able to make it, unfortunately. But that just means more points for the drivers who are out on track currently. But Colin Brander still on provisional pole. We've got Besselink going to cross the line here. Have we lost the driver? I think we've lost someone. Actually, we started with one more, if I'm not mistaken. Trying to figure out who we've... is it Oli Arasar who we've lost? Yeah, I think it is. Let's hope... No, Oli Arasar's there. Not sure we've lost, actually. If anyone can figure it out, please let me know. But Besselink now takes provisional pole, a 208.6, so the only driver dipping into the 208 so far. Colin Brander on a lap currently, I believe, but he's 4/10 back. Batter Bones now puts it into P3. Only 7/10 off. Martinez in P4, Adrian P5, Mr. Whitesmurf P6. Let's see who else is about to cross the line here. Christie coming through the final corner, still yet to set a lap. Likewise, Walker still yet to set a lap. Christie there crosses the line, only manages P14 though, and he's got one more chance to improve. Walker out on track still, hasn't set a time. It looks like he will be starting. Yep, he's run wide there, so I think that's his qualifying session over. And well, he will be starting at the back of the grid. He's got all the spray to deal with from the cars in front. Yeah, Walker's still yet to set a time here. And oh, better link there, crossing the line. Colin Brander did improve that last time around. But let's see if he can put it on pole. Besselink now in the pits. Bad to Bones in the pits as well. Adrian also in the pits. It's not showing up that he is. Bit of a bug on console. It looks like the 433 car is invalid this lap, so Dimmer just well, he won't be able to improve. That's his qualifying session over. The 97 car of Martinez also on an invalid lap, so that's his qualifying session over too. 21 car Mr. White Smurf is also on a lap. We've got 1 2 3 4 5 6, hold on, 1 2 3 4 5 6, yeah, 6 cars. I don't know why I nearly said 7 there. 6 cars on a lap at the moment, and White Smurf will be the first of them to cross the line. And White Smurf now rounding the final corner here. Let's see if he's found any more time. He crosses the line. No more time found there for White Smurf. Colin Brander though, he's going to cross the line now. No, he's pulled over. So no improvement there from Colin Brander. Where's the last car? 91. Who is 91? Tonsack is going to round the final corner here. And he crosses the line. He does improve slightly, but I don't think he gained any positions. But there we have it. Besselink P1, Colin Brander P2, and Bad to Bones P3. We'll be back very shortly for the start of the race, so make sure to stick with us. So we're back onto the formation lap now. It's not as wet as it was. Well, not as wet as it was in Division 2. At least it's not flooded to begin with. But yeah, track is still very wet, and looks like it may be staying like that throughout the whole race, which is probably what a lot of these drivers would have wanted. They wouldn't have wanted to start on a greasy track or any more, well, or any wetter than this. So quite good conditions here for Division 1 now, and almost getting ready to start this race. And as we saw in qualifying, Besselink took pole at the end there. Colin Brand only a couple tenths back, or a tenth or two back. Batter Bones in P3 is looking strong in these conditions. Looks like he's really been enjoying Silverstone so far. Adrian in P4 lining up on the second row, and those are your top two rows here for the start of the race. And oh yeah, looks like we've got everyone back in. TFJ saying, why is he not so wet in Div 1? This is fraud. No, it's changeable conditions, isn't it? So Besselink off to a good start in the Porsche. Colin Brander still in the Audi off to a good start as well. Very, very close between the two from the start. And Colin Brander already looking for a move here on Besselink, but I think he's going to have to back out of that one as he does, going through Maggots and Beckett's now. And it's been a good start from the whole field here. But Colin Brander's already shown his nose there to Besselink, so he's already in the back of Besselink's mind now. And well, going onto the hanger straight now. Besselink defending already. Colin Brander's got the slipstream, pulls out to the outside. Batterbone's just watching them two in front, and we've got the order just shuffling around here. But can we switch to these two? Yep. So Batterbone's catching back up now to the top two. Colin Brander with a good exit though, and he's looking towards the inside, but has to back out of that move. Besselink shuts the door there, and let's get rid of this Silverstone sign. In fact, we're gonna have to do that again once more so we can use our keyboard. There we go. Yeah, Colin Brander really putting on the pressure to Besselink early on. It's what you really have to do in these wet conditions. It's so much so much better to put the pressure onto the driver than try and force a move. Because in these wet conditions, as you know, it's so easy to make a mistake, which is what we saw in Division 2. Now, Matt Bones has caught back up with the top two battling. Adrian has caught back up. Martinez has caught back up. And we've got the top, well, everyone still very, very close, but that will separate. As it's only the first lap, we'll start to see some groups forming. As there is quite a bit of a pace difference here in Division 1 between the top 5, the top 6, and the bottom few. But it's the top 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7? Yeah, the top 7 who've really pulled away from the rest of the field. And look at that, the next driver behind is Ibanez, really, who's now best of the rest at the moment. He's followed by Dimmer, just a very, very close Van Wan Roy in P10, Big Dasmo in P11, Oya Asai in P12, Piroth in P13. Silver, new driver here to the SimZone, his debut race with us, and what a way to start in a very wet race at Silverstone. Currently running in P14. Christie there in P15. Consac P16, who's defending from Nyman. Nyman looking for a move down the inside into Maggots and Beckett's, but backs out of that move. Kerwin currently in P18 in a bright pink Ferrari. Probably to help with visibility. He's in that pink Iron Links livery there, and he's got Walker right behind him, who's lost the rear there through Maggots and Beckett's, and well, he wasn't able to put in a quali lap, and he's now P20 last on the grid. But we go back to the top two once again. Besselink and Colin Brander continuing to battle for position, and now Batter Bones has lost a bit of time to those two, so may have been focused on Adrian behind him a bit more, but no, he hasn't actually lost too much time now. He's actually catching up, and looks like Colin Brander and Besselink battling really, really hard at the moment. They're losing more time once again to the drivers behind them. Batter Bones caught back up. Adrian still there as well. In fact, pardon me, Martinez has got past Mr. White Smurf, so White Smurf down into P6. Aston JB still on the back of them. Ibanez closing back up now, and we've still got DeedeeTKU P9, Van Ronooy P10, Dasmo P11, Oliver P12, and Per-Olav in a bit of well, he's not really got anyone that close next to him. It looks like Christie looking for a move on De Silva. Is he going to try and get this done? I think he's got it done already before the braking zone here into Brooklands. But yeah, he's got that move done up into B14. He goes. He'll be looking to, pardon me, looking to hunt down the rest of the drivers then. Besselink leading the race, still followed by Colin Brando. Besselink slightly wide there, I think. And yeah, he definitely was, because Colin Brando's got a much better exit out of turn 1. He's on the rear of that Porsche once again. And back to Burns now with the fastest lap of the race. Let's see what it is. It's a 2-minute 9.9. It's got to show the top two really battling, and they can't rule out Bones whatsoever. These three have broken away from the rest of the field ever so slightly now. And look how defensive Besselink is having to go. Colin Brando pulls towards the outside once again, going up towards Stowe, and he's going to try for an inside line, but there's no space there. Besselink covers him off well, and well, for Bad to Bones, I think he's just waiting for these two to pull alongside each other like now, and maybe he could focus on the exit, and bit of a compromise line for both of them. Colin Brando trying for a move down the inside. It's not going to work there. Going into Vale and Club. But it's brought the pack closer once again. This is some brilliant racing so far. I didn't think they'd be this close in the wet. But yeah, it's definitely thrown up some interesting racing here. And, well, Bad to Bones, who... where did he finish at Paul Ricard, actually? He finished... let's see where he finished, actually. Bad to Bones finished P10 last time out, Paul Ricard. So he's running in podium position here, so he probably likes the wet conditions much more. But he has to be careful. Scott Adrian's still behind him, and now Colin Brando not putting as much pressure on Besselink. Maybe Besselink has put his foot down a bit more on the curb there, all very loose on the exit curb, and almost losing the car. But he's now pulling away from Colin Brando. This could be his chance here to try and pull away. But we'll just have to wait and see. This exit curb once again. It was the curb that lost him some time the previous lap. And in fact, Colin Brando now closing back up to Besselink here. Let's have a look at some other drivers. We've got loads of battles going on. Ibanez in P9 still has Van Ronooy behind him. In fact, DeedeeTKU has got past Ibanez, so up into P8 he goes. He's been unleashed. Now he'll try and catch up to Aston JB and Aston JB, Martinez and White Smurf, who are in a bit of a battle here at the moment. But Ibanez now fending off Van Ronooy and P10. Big Dasmo's had an off there through Maggots and Beckett's. He's off the circuit, rejoins now, but he is, where's that car 24, at the back of the field. So still 8 minutes in, and this field is still very, very close. This goes to show the level of racing here in Division 1. It's very, very competitive. Now Nyman on the back of Tonsack. Where is Per-Olav? Per-Olav currently in P12. Well, I saw on the back of Van Ronooy, but hasn't really been able to take the fight to him just yet. And same goes for Van Ronooy on Ibanez. Really hasn't been able to get close enough to go for a move, but this could be his opportunity. Ibanez having to go defensive. Van Ronooy trying around the outside to get the inside for the next corner, but has to back out of that. Goes for a wider line. Oliarso with a very wide line there. It's not really the line you want to be taking through the loop. Right, let's go back to the race lead. Looks like, oh, we are side by side here. Colin Brando and Besselink side by side. Looks like Colin Brando's going to get that lead of the race now. Bad to Bones being swamped here. He's got passed by Adrian. White Smurf now trying to go around the outside, but he's not going to get that done. And we've got the top 5 now, once again, battling for position. They all want this race lead. They all want to be on the podium as well. And it's now Colin who leads the race. Besselink had a bit of a lead to Colin but may have made a few mistakes, and that's what's caused him. Look there, wide on the exit of turn 1, and it's going to compromise his exit as well, because Adrian's now on the back of him, and Bad to Bones once again going defensive. No, he's let White Smurf through, so maybe he wants to follow him to try and gain some more positions, but as a result, Martinez has caught up, Aston JB has caught up, and Dimajusta also catching up, and he's now got the fastest lap of the race as well, which is, let's have a look, 2:09.7, and for Besselink, who had the previous fastest lap of the race, it was a 2:10 flat. Oh no, it was Bad to Bones, sorry, who had the, sorry, let's check Bad to Bones, who had the fastest lap of the race. It was a 2:09.9, so 2/10 quicker there for Dimajusta. You can see the top 8 now, all battling for position. Colin Brander has pulled away ever so slightly, actually, and Besselink has been sticking with him. You can see the Porsche in the corner is just so much better, so much more agile there. But it looks like he may have turned in a bit late. Bit of understeer there for Besselink, but it's still these two very, very close. Adrian close as well, and he's now being hassled by White Smurf. I wouldn't be battling too hard if I were these two this early on. They want to stick with the top 2. If the top 2 pull away, it's going to be hard to catch them. But I think they are battling quite hard as well. Bad to Bones in P5 just trying to follow them through, I think. That's why he probably let White Smurf past. But let's see what else is going on. We've got Ibanez, Van Monroy, who's got past Ibanez now, actually, and Olias are looking for a move now, coming down into Brooklands, and he's going to try it down the inside, but that's Ibanez holding it round the outside through Brooklands, now through Lovefield, and he's held onto that position, and Olias onto the gravel there. That could have been him into the wall, but he's got pointing in the right direction. Luckily, he's lost heaps of time as a result. And let's see if you can get some on board. So bottom right, we've got Christie, who's currently running in P13. Top right, we've got Dimajusta, actually. So we can switch over to Dimajusta as well. You can see he's on the back of Aston JB. He's got quite a few cars in front of him. And, oh, Dasmo very wide there. But what's happened there? Has, fednad's off the track as well. He's rejoined. I actually missed that, but he's rejoined. And he's now got Tonsack right behind him. So 2 McLaren drivers right at the back of the field. And looks like the McLaren's not really enjoying these conditions apart from Bad to Bones, currently running in P8. So Bones doing a good job. Sorry, running in P5. So Bones doing a good job. 8/10 off the back of White Smurf. Now Colin Brother with the fastest up of the race. Besselink still sticking with him though. They've pulled away from Adrian slightly, but I'm sure if they continue to battle like they were in the opening laps, that gap is going to come down drastically. And White Smurf on the back of Adrian as well. So we've got 2 BMWs, P3 and P4. We've got Audi in P1 and Porsche in P2. And look at the exit that Besselink has got coming out of the loop. He's looking for a move coming down towards Brooklands. And he's going to try it around the outside, but I don't think he's going to be able to do that. It's a long way to go around the outside there. The car's definitely going to want to understeer. But I think he's compromised a bit of his exit through. No, he hasn't. He's got a really good exit, in fact. And Colin has also got quite a good exit. In fact, I think there was a bit of a mistake there from Besselink. He's lost some time now to Colin Brander. Adrian is right on the back of him. Likewise is White Smurf, and now Bad to Bones taking back the fastest lap of the race. So Bones definitely still there. I think for Bones, once the pit window opens, it'd be wise to go for an undercut as soon as possible. Oh well, as soon as he gets the chance to. The only problem is he doesn't want to come out in traffic after pitting. We've got quite a few comments coming in. Zikra saying, usual British weather, yep. Michael Race is saying, so clean. Yep, definitely was really clean this start, and that's how to do it in these conditions. We've also got a few more comments coming in. People saying, super hard to follow close to someone in these conditions. Great racing, guys. Yeah, I mean, the way they've been able to follow, especially with the spray from these drivers in front, is absolutely brilliant. Let's, like requested, go and board with someone so we can see the spray. In fact, I don't think the spray is as bad as it was in Division 2, but it's still definitely there. But yeah, we will go on board just to see exactly how bad it is. Let's go on board with... Should we go on board with Oliver here? Nope, that was the onboard, I just missed it. Here we go. Actually, yeah, it's not too bad actually. Oh, bit of oversteer there for Ibanez. I'm going to say a bit of a mistake. Yeah, the spray isn't too bad. I think Oliver is quite close to the car in front. But yeah, it's not too bad compared to Division 2. There's a lot more water on the track in Division 2. And in fact, the track's, yeah, it's not as wet. You can see it's actually starting to dry up with this amount of cars on the grid, and a huge mistake there from Ibanez. They're going to be side by side now, coming across the line. Ibanez has got the inside line up to turn 1, but no, he's not got any overlap with that Bentley, so he's going to have to back out of that move. And yes, he does. Oliver gets that move done, capitalizes on that mistake, and up he goes into P10. Let's see what's going on here towards the top end of the field. We've got Bad to Bones now. The fastest lap has been taken away from him. Besselink now once again with the fastest lap. And look at this battle between the two BMWs, White Smurf and Adrian. Looks like they are side by side going up towards this right-hander, Stowe. And Adrian's been able to defend both of them slightly. No, they're within track limits actually. You can use a lot of that curb on the exit of Stowe. And that is the best, the most quickest way to go around that corner. Yeah, these two have been battling a bit too much, I think. They've lost heaps of time through the top two. Look at that, 1.3 seconds. I think it's going to be a bit more. Or we'll see when they cross the next sector line, which is on the exit of the loop. But yeah, they've definitely lost time by battling this hard. And Colin Browner and Besselink now separated by a second here. You can see Bats Bones has got a good exit. Prioritising the exit here as we get onto the Wellington straight now. But he's too far back to go for a move just yet. I think Bats Bones definitely has the pace to get past these two, but it's just a matter of where. And it's also a matter of consistency. I mean, he's been stuck with them, but he's not been close enough for a move. In fact, this might be his chance. No, just a bit of concertina effect there going on. Let's go back to the top two. Looks like that gap has come down ever so slightly. It did say 5/10, but it's increased again as they cross the line. It's been chopping and changing between these two, Besselink and Colin Ronda. In terms of the gap, goes down to a few tenths and goes back up to a second. But you can tell they're pushing, making mistakes while pushing the car to its limit, maybe over the limit as well, which isn't really what you want to be doing. But we go back to P12. Christie looking for a move on Per-Olav here as they come up towards Maggots and Beckett's go on board with Christie. In fact, we've got his onboard, his actual onboard, which I think would be better. So we'll try and find another batter. We've got Walker and Nyman, I believe. Yeah, Walker and Nyman. And we'll bring up... yeah, you can see in the bottom right. We'll bring it up on full screen, actually. There we go. So Christie on the back of Per-Olav. You can see the spray isn't too bad at the moment. But he's looking for a move just eyeing up a move here, forces Per-Olav to go slightly defensive, take a narrower line, and Walker trying to go for a move on Nyman. Looks like Nyman's gone deep, and Walker there has got that move done, going through Stowe. Bit of a mistake from both those two, but Walker came out on top, and Kerwin now closing in on those two, and what a move there from Christie as well. He just missed that, but he goes up into P11, and Per-Olav can't do anything to fight back. There we go. P11 for Christie. Next car ahead of him is Olyar Asar, 3.5 seconds in front. I'm sure the Honda in these conditions, not the easiest to drive. His pressure's looking fairly okay. Oh no! He's made a mistake! Is it commentator's curse? Is it commentator's curse? I really hope it isn't. But I think he got onto the curb there, broke on the curb, and just lost the rear of the car. And I can't actually see what brake bias he's running, but I mean, no matter the brake bias, if you brake on the curbs in these conditions, it's pretty much game over. All that hard work he's going to have to do again, unfortunately. But we still have the pit stops to go, and as we saw in Division 2, there were quite a few stop-go 30s, 30 penalties for speeding the pits, so we may see that happening in Division 1, as even the top guys can make that mistake. Definitely possible. We switch back to Bad to Bones. He's lost a bit of time now to Smurf. There we go, pit window is now open. But yeah, lost a bit of time to White Smurf. Adrian still in P3, but the top two are still going at it here. Let's go on board in the Porsche. He's got a good exit there out of Stowe. You can see, Besselink still on the back of Collenbrand, and now these two have started to battle even more. Collenbrand has that gap he had. You can see that Besselink lifting off the throttle as he goes over the curb. Scary to do in the Porsche, but I think it's necessary to avoid that wheel spin on those painted curbs and the painted tarmac on the exit as well, or the Astro even. You can see how much time he's lost in that those last few corners, where you'd think the Porsche would be much quicker. Yeah, still no one pulled the trigger to go into the pits just yet. Going through Maggots and Beckett's. Look how much time Besselink has gained here. Collenbrander trying to open up the last part there of Chapel, I think it was, to get a good run down the hangar straight. In fact, it's worked for him. Look how much time he's pulled from Besselink. I think that's just down to the Porsche as well, not being the quickest on the straights. But all bit of understeer there for Besselink. I think he carrying a bit too much speed there. Slightly different lines now going through Vale and Club. But we've seen these two continue to battle. Looks like Dasmo's pulled the trigger now. He's into the pits. Let's hope he's stopped. Oh yeah, he's already in. Okay. Let's hope he's not got any damage or picked up any penalties for speeding there. Dimmer just on the back of Martinez. No, he's got past Martinez. So Dimmer just up into P6. And his next target, his next victim, Bad to Bones, but it's not an easy target to go for. Although Bones lost a bit of pace now. He's dropped 2 seconds to White Smurf and Adrian, who are still neck and neck here, these two BMWs. Very, very even on pace. And the top two still separated by about half a second here. Curtin now on the back of Nyman. We've got Fednad on the back of Tonsak as well. Tonsak, Finnish driver, I believe. Yeah, he is. We've got a few Finnish drivers here, Nyman being one of them. But yeah, we've got a range of drivers from different countries here, which is always great to see. Oops. There we go. Yeah, Curtin was on the back of Nyman. Oh, he still is, in fact. Not the best camera angle there as they go through turn one. Oh, looks like Curtin there locking up on the brakes. You can see the car very squarely under the brakes there. He's just carrying way too much speed and broke a bit too late. That's not going to be good for his tyres. But I think the drivers will be changing tyres in this race. I think the pressures might be a bit too high. I think the water on the circuit has got... it still looks to be relatively the same. The spray is not too bad either. So, well, they might be okay if they've looked after their tyres. But is 5 seconds really worth it in an hour race? Not so sure. Maybe if you're battling for the lead, like Collenbrander and Besselink are, it might be worth it. Especially for Besselink, who is actually struggling to get past Collenbrander. Oh no! Van Wanrooy with a stop-go 30. That's for speeding the pits. This is what we've seen in Division 2. And we told them in the briefing as well to be careful. But, yeah, it's not looking good there. Van Wanrooy has got a stop-go 30. Looks like we have had someone either disconnect or retire from the race. Who is retired? Hard to figure out. I can never figure out who it is. Does anyone know? Timo Mello saying Besselink should try undercut. Yeah, undercut would be very strong here. And Collenbrander into the pits. So actually, Besselink could stay out. Easily stay out for longer. He's in clean air. He doesn't have to worry about pitting. And I'm really unsure why Collenbrander pitted that early. Maybe his strategy didn't allow for him to go any longer, and he's had to pit to put fuel in, and then go for that optional tyre change as well. But Besselink in clean air now. He can focus in putting on those laps, and looks like Adrian and Whitesmurf side by side here. Whitesmurf ahead going into the braking zone. He's got that move done round the outside into the braking zone, and there we go. Whitesmurf now up into P2. Adrian down into P3. Now for Collenbrander, if he emerges in traffic, he's going to be in some trouble, and looks like he's got about 3-4 cars ahead of him. Actually, he has emerged in some traffic, so he's in a bit of trouble here, is Collenbrander. Didn't time his pit stop well whatsoever, and yeah, he's going to lose some time here navigating past well, what would be the back markers. I don't think there's going to be any blue flags for them because they are on different strategies. So Collenbrander, yeah, he's going to have to do this on his own accord. There won't be any blue flags out for them. You can see there, Tonsak, is he letting him through? Or is he going defensive? I think he's trying to go defensive, actually. Maybe not, I don't know. But Collenbrander got past quite easily there. So not too much time lost, but he's definitely in traffic now. And Besselink is in clean air, so that would have been time gained for Besselink. Van Wanrooy now in the pits to serve his stop-go 30. Who else is on track battle? We've still got Nyman and Kerwin. Kerwin, after that mistake into turn 1, has started to reel in Nyman once again. You can see there Nyman with a bit of understeer there. Going through, what's that corner name? It's not... oh, Village, that's it, of course. Going through Village. But Kerwin, once again, not able to get close enough to go for a move on Nyman. Who have we lost? I still can't find out who we've lost. Oh, Christie! We've lost Christie. No, Christie's not new. Well, yeah, I wouldn't say he's fairly new, that new, but... Oh, yes, that's a shame there for Christie. Real shame there. He's running such a good... Well, until that spin, he is running a good race. I think the conditions not in his favour this time around. And Van Wanrooy, is that another stop go 30? Oh no. He's returned. What's happened to Van Wanrooy? Has he got another stop go 30? He's returned it to the pits, and I think that might be it for him. He's running such a good race. Yep, he has done it again, unfortunately. Van Wanrooy has done it again, and it looks like we've lost someone else now. Ibanez also gone, yeah. So a lot of drivers not enjoying these conditions, and remember, these drivers continue to retire. They miss 3 races, or more than 3 races, they get removed from the drivers list, so that opens up a spot for someone else, so they definitely don't want to be retiring constantly and not showing up to races as well. A shame for Ibanez. I'm not sure what's happened. I don't know if it's a disconnection or if he has just rage quit. Still half an hour of this race left to go. Halfway now into the race, and I think Van Wanrooy is going to be back out on track. I think that might be it for him. Dasmo in P17. Oh, yeah, I think that might be it for Van Wanrooy. We'll have to wait and see. But Big Dasmo in pretty much no man's land. He's got no one near him, no one behind him. It's a bit of a Sunday drive for him there. But we go back to the top 3. Beselic down to the pits with 10 minutes of the pit window left to go. Where he's gone for a pit stop at the halfway mark, pretty much, or just over. And this will be interesting now. Colin Brander leading the battle of the pit stoppers here. Running in P12, coming up towards the final few corners. Beselic is in the pits. Adrian now in provisional race lead. Batter Bones has actually closed the gap to Adrian now. Whitesmith in the pits, Ibanez in the pits, sorry, Martinez in the pits, and Aston JB in the pits. Where is Besselink? He's got going now. Where's Colin Brander? I think Colin Brander's going to get past. Stop and go for Besselink. No, speeding in the pits. And this has been a huge issue with so many drivers throughout Division 2 and Division 1. The pit entry here is not easy by any means. And especially in the dry. Now remember, we used the old pit lane here on ACC, and it is definitely a difficult one. But that's going to bring some relief to Colin Brander, who actually came out ahead anyways, so it wouldn't have mattered. But Besselink, I mean, that podium might be out of reach now with that stop go 30 that he's picked up. Van Wanrooy, is he back out on track? Oh, that's good to see. He's back out on track, but he's going to have to serve that stop go 30. And he's, well, at least he'll pick up some points if he finishes the race. I mean, P18, that's still decent points out of 29 drivers. So, yeah, still good points there for Van Wanrooy nevertheless. Yeah, what a shame for Besselink. We've still got the top 5 to pit, and Fednad as well yet to serve his mandatory pit stop. But Besselink, he's going to drop down the order here. He's going to have to make it into the pit lane. That's going to cost him time. Then he's going to have to drive to his pit box. He's going to have to stop. That's going to cost him a bit more time. Then he's going to have to get raised up on the jacks. And actually, no, he doesn't get raised up on the jacks, I don't think. I think he just sits there for 30 seconds. I don't actually remember, but he's got to stop 30 seconds in his box, and then he's got to get going again. Yeah, I don't think they raise him up on the jacks. I think he just has to stop. But been that long since I've got a stop go 30, I have no idea. Yeah, he's gonna have to. He's gonna lose so much time. He's gonna serve it now. What a shame. He's running such a good race, and it can all end like that. In fact, the pit board's been knocked slightly, but the line is still there, so that may have been a bit confusing. But looks like that is fednad into the pits now as well. Yep, he's got it stopped in time. That's why it's so important to be practicing the pit entries. Even if the are not relying on that pit board, that can easily get knocked. You've got to look at the line and get a reference for when you brake into the pits, so you can get the car slowed down nice in time. But looks like Dasmo's got a friend to battle with now. He's not on his own anymore. Walker in front of him in P14. He's found another car on the track. So this is another battle that we've got going on. White Smurf and Bones are actually quite close to each other as well. Looks like White Smurf has got the move done on Bones. Bones was actually ahead there, going into Stowe. And there we go. That's Besselink stop go cleared. He's come out. Oh, cutting the pit exit line there. That's not good from Besselink, but I think he had a bit. I think he had a bit of a bump there and understeered wide, but not too sure. It was a bit of a tricky one there from him. But looking at Bones currently in P5, still on the back of White Smurf, even after he's got that move done. And yeah, looks like, have we had another retirement? Have we? I think we have. And no, that's not. Is that not? Oh, Van Ronroy still has to serve his stop go 30 actually. Thought we had another one, but who else have we lost? Who else have we lost? Or have we not lost anyone else? No, we have. I'm getting confused now. Let's have a look. Consac's still here? Yes. Colin Brando's still here. White Smurf is still here. Batterbone's still here. Agent's here. Oli Asar now up into P4. Kerwin. Oh, Kerwin's stopped and picked up a stop go 30 as well. So he's served his mandatory pit stop. That's all the mandatory pit stops done. But he's picked up a stop go 30. Now he got a drive-through penalty last time at Paul Ricard. Now he's picked up a stop go 30. And for Kerwin, oh, onto the grass. It's just not going really. It's just not going well for him. Not the best start to the season. Kerwin, unfortunately, but top three now: Colin Brander, White Smurf, and Bad to Bones. Who have we lost? Here I think a safe P8 now, actually. Not P10 anymore. Who on earth have we lost? Is Martinez still in here? Yep, Martinez, Dim Justice still in here. Aston JB. Oh, we've lost Aston. What has happened to him? What has happened to Aston? He's lost. Oh, he's either been disconnected or he's lost some. Oh, he's made a mistake. And oh, Cohen really late on the brakes there. And he's overshot the corner by a mile. That's going to let Walker through, but I don't think it matters because Cohen still has that stop go 30 to serve. Now we switch back to Bad to Bones. So on the back of White Smurf. This is the battle for P2. And I think this may go to the end here. Now earlier on in the race, we saw Bad to Bones pretty much let White Smurf through. In order to maybe follow him to catch up to the rest of the pack, but now there's none of that going to be happening at this stage in the race. They're going to be battling for position, and they seem to be quite safe on the podium here with 6 second gap to Adrian in P4. Yeah, like I said, it's now the battle for P2. And at the moment, Whitesmith is pulling away ever so slightly. Let's go on board here with Bones. So yeah, coming into the braking zone. Very smooth on the brakes there from Bones. Yeah, we'll lock up there, I think. And he is losing time now to Whitesmith. Going into the pits for his stop go 30. Besselink, after his stop go 30, down in P11. Now from P2 from P2 to P11, a huge amount of time lost, unfortunately, and Van Wanrooy still has his stop go 30. Don't tell me he's done it again. I hope he hasn't. The pit window's now closed, but that doesn't matter. Everyone's already served their mandatory pit stop. Bones is now catching back up to Whitesmith. Looks like attempted on the throttle there from Bones. He had the car turned in. Looked like it was pointing in the right direction. But once he got on the power, there's so much more track he could use on the exit. I mean, even in the wet, you can be over that curve. There's quite a bit of grip on that exit curve out of turn 1. You can actually be 4 wheels off the track, keeping 2 wheels on the curve, and you maximise your exit speed, but coming down the hanger straight, that's about a second between Whitesmith and Bouncer Bones now. It looks like this McLaren, which usually has a bit more understeer in the mid to high speed corners, he's actually doing quite well here. He is getting the car turned in nicely, and that BMW, being a front engine car, will obviously have some more understeer. But that Silverstone, it is rapid. It's got that massive rear wing on the back, which helps immensely with the downforce. And it looks like that's a huge mistake there from Whitesmith. Could this be Bones' opportunity to send it down the inside? No, he looks for a move, forces Whitesmith to go defensive, and he's going to prioritise the exit here. Although no, looks like he was a bit tentative on throttle once again. And that's Van Wanrooy's stop go cleared now. Yeah, these two very, very close on track. This battle is definitely one to look out for. We've also got Walker and Piroth, P8 and P9 battling for position. We'll bring that up now as well. Now Walker obviously wasn't able to set a lap in qualifying, started at the back, and now is up into P9, challenging for P8 here. And it looks like Walker's got the better exit there out of the loop. And he's going to get that move done, but a bit squirrely on the exit. Oh no, Piroth almost using the car as well. But he's pulled towards the inside. And if he can be later on the brakes there, he's going to get that move done. Walker just cutting him off there. That was a bit dangerous there from Walker, almost making contact. And he's just been able to hold that position. And now look who's joined in this battle. We've got Dasmo now. So it's... and we've got the race leader. Oh, no, sorry, no. And we've got Besselink. Sorry. Besselink's not the race leader anymore. I was mistaken there. But yes, Besselink, Dasmo, Piroth, and Walker now battling for position. Walker's all wide there out of turn 1. Very, very wide, in fact. And there's been quite a few drivers doing that. Obviously, it gives you no time gained when doing that. But I don't think the stewards will be too harsh with that when it comes to penalties. Piroth is now having to defend against Dasmo. Look at that, defending very early, going down the hangar straight. But moving over, actually, that's going to leave the inside open to Dasmo, who's going to have a look, but no, backs out of it. And that's going to force Piroth deep into the corner. You can see that he's missed the apex by a mile. And now is that going to allow Dasmo to go for a look down the inside once again? No, he's not close enough. And Besselink there waiting patiently for these two to possibly trip over each other. And Besselink is going to want to get into the top 10, I think, to as damage limitation, but Dasmo is not an easy driver to get past whatsoever. We saw him defend for his life at Paul Ricard against Martinez, who's currently running in P5. And late on the brakes there from Dasmo, sends it down the inside of Piroth. Piroth runs slightly wide there, and in fact, Dasmo, can he hold it around the outside? I think Piroth might be okay to hold this position, and he's going to be 3 wide. Besselink coming through, and he's going to get a double overtake here as Besselink. What a move from Besselink there. We're going to have to get a replay of that in just a moment, but what a move there from Besselink. I think that's the best overtake we've seen of the season so far. Capitalizing on that mistake from Piroth. He had to go wide after Dasmo sent it down the inside and then tried to go around the outside through the loop, and they were just both really, really slow with compromised lines, and Besselink threaded the needle there down the middle of both of them, and up into P10 he goes. Well, up into P9 he goes. Wow, what a move there. Let's see if we can get a quick replay of that. Let's hope it's captured it. Oh no, it might not have. Oh no, just got the... No, it wasn't long enough. No, just got it at the end. But you can see there, he was in between the two. And he got that move done. But yeah, no, the replay wasn't long enough. Damn it. That's annoying. That's really annoying. I think we'll have to extend the replay length next time. I pressed the button too late, but... Nah, we got just the tail end of that, just the end of that move. Yeah, wow. I think that is the best move we've seen of the season so far. And, well, it's only just started. We're only in the 3rd round, so plenty of more action to go. And now Dasmo's still stuck behind Piroth here, so he hasn't actually been able to get past. Piroth putting up a good fight. We've still got 14 minutes left of this race to go. How long will this battle go on for? We don't know, but Besselink, a bit of a slide there from Dasmo. Besselink now doesn't have to worry about the Astons behind him. He's going to be chasing down Walker in P8, who we saw get the move done on Piroth a few laps ago, actually. And Besselink has been stuck behind the Astons for quite a while, but look at this. He's already caught up Walker. That gap's probably less than 2 seconds now. We are also taking a look at Bad to Bones and White Smurf, who are a 1.5 seconds apart from each other. Sorry, are a second apart from each other now, but they were within a second of each other, and I think now Adrian is starting to reel in Bad to Bones. That gap between Adrian and Bones was about 4 or 5 seconds the last time we looked at that. So Bones is going to have to start thinking about defending, unless he can maybe pick up the pace, find something more from that McLaren and catch back up to White Smurf. It looks like we've got some traffic now. White Smurf has got... Who is that? Was it a pink Ferrari? I can hear a Ferrari. I don't know if it was a pink one. Oh no. Yeah, it was a pink one. That's Kerwin. Oh, off the track there. Just moving out of the way for the lead cars. But yeah, here we go. The gap between Besselink and Walker now 1.3 seconds. But yeah, that was Kerwin, and Colin Brown there sailing away with the lead of the race. What's the gap now? 15, 20 seconds? 25 seconds? Oh, it's only 11. Okay, it's only 11 seconds. I thought it would be more. Yeah, 11 seconds. I mean, it's still a huge lead to White Smurf in P2, but you never know. One mistake can definitely lose that lead. But Brandon doesn't need to push the car at this stage of the race. He can just concentrate on bringing it home. DasStopsChild still struggling to get past Per-Olav here. Looking left and right for a move, and that's Van Roy in the background, who unfortunately picked up 2 Stop Go 30 penalties. And here we go. Per-Olav might have to start thinking about defending here. And no, he left the door wide open. DasStopsChild, that could have been such a great move there for DasStopsChild, but actually it might be Per-Olav overshoots the corner and thinking a bit too much about DasStopsChild there. And now hooked on the inside curb. I think he'll be able to hold that position. That inside curb can really hook you around, especially in the wet conditions. When that corner there, the loop, you've got quite a lot of understeer going through that corner. So if you get your car hooked on that curb, it can actually help rotate the car. And definitely helps with getting on the power early as well on the exit, because I'm sure these drivers be running a lot of traction control in these conditions, and if you can get that wheel pointing straight and on the power, the traction controls, well, it's not really going to limit you as much as it would if your wheel was turned. Now I'm giving a free coaching lesson here, I shouldn't be doing that, but nah, it's fine. Then we're just in P6 now. We see is caught up to Martinez in P5. Now, I don't know which battle to look at, actually. These two are separated by 7/10. These two, the two Astons, DasStopsChild and Per-Olav, are closer on the other hand, so stick to them. So we're now on the hanger straight for another time here. Keep him saying, R24 is having a good season. Yeah, he definitely is. Let's have a look where he finished last time out at Paul Ricard. I mean, he had a great race at Paul Ricard as well. He finished P12 at Paul Ricard, so quite consistent. He finished where did he finish? Yeah, P10 at Hungaroring round 1, P12 at Paul Ricard round 2, and this may be a P10 once again for Big DasStopsChild. Quite consistent in his finishes. You can see there a bit of understeer there for Per-Olav, taking a bit of a wider line through the loop. Now onto the Wellington straight. We can see DasStopsChild, we can hear DasStopsChild lifting off the throttle. You can't actually see his telemetry or his inputs. Per-Olav taking that inside line, covering off DasStopsChild there. I think DasStopsChild taking quite a wide line there, very tight line through what's it, Luffield? There we go. Got the corner name for a second. Very, very tight line there through Luffield. They sort of want to make a double apex there. You don't want to go too far wide, as then you're just using, you're making, you're travelling extra distance is what I want to say. Down 2 gears here for DasStopsChild. Maggot to Beckett's now, and Per-Olav, who's not going to get the best exit there with that narrow line, that compromised line here. Now down on the hanger straight, a really good exit for DasStopsChild. He's much closer this time than he was the last lap, and Per-Olav going extremely defensive. Big DasStopsChild in this blind spot now of Per-Olav, pulls to the outside. They're going to be side by side here coming up towards Stowe, and he's going to try for a move. But it's not going to work. He's off the track now. I think Per-Olav is going to hold on once more. Who have they caught up here? Someone ahead of them. Believe it's a back marker. I believe it is a back marker they've caught up. No, there's no one in front of them. Did they let them through? I'm seeing things. Oh no, there is someone. There we go. It's the Audi. Actually, I think that Audi that's Walker. Walker's lost loads of time, and Per-Olav has gone deep on the brakes once more. That's been quite a mistake there that Per-Olav has been making. That's actually Walker. Yeah, there we go. It's updated. Walker's made a mistake. Besselink is 4.5 seconds ahead of Walker in P8 now. And for Besselink, 23 seconds to Oliver side. Don't think that's possible with 6 minutes to go. DasStopsChild is going to look for a move down the inside. He is. The door's going to get shut though. Per-Olav defends that very well. Tonsack now on the back of fednad 2. This is McLaren versus McLaren once again. We saw these two battling full position earlier on in the race as well. But no, it doesn't look like there's going to be a move anytime soon between those two. So go back on board. In fact, let's get a rear view cam here. As Per-Olav runs slightly wide there. You can see Van Roy running very wide there on the exit turn 1 too. But this is where Per-Olav loses quite a lot of time. DasStopsChild could just carry more speed here. I think Per-Olav carrying too much entry speed. DasStopsChild prioritising the exit, as you can see. Per-Olav much cleaner this time around. And I don't think DasStopsChild's going to be close enough to send it down the inside. On this lap, he's got the slipstream, he's closing in ever so slightly, but I think Per-Olav can comfortably move back over to the racing line, although he continues to defend. And DasStopsChild nowhere to go here, trying around the outside. Yep, nowhere to go. And Per-Olav fended him off well there. Now we've got another battle going on. Well, we've still got that battle going on between fednad and Tonsack. I've just seen the gap come down between Mr. Whitesmurf in P2 and Bad to Bones in P3 and Adrian in P4, so that could be maybe a last lap battle for P2, P3 and P4. In fact, Adrian is right at the back of Bones now. We're gonna have to switch this this battle quite quickly. And it looks like Adrian's got the slipstream down the hanger straight. Is Bad Bones going to go defensive? Adrian looks for a move down the inside, just showing his nose. They're trying to force Bones into an error, but Bones is not phased one bit. He's been defending earlier on in this race, so I'm sure he's used to it. And he knows what to do, where to place the car. And it looks like we've got yellow flags on track. That is someone in the pits. Is that Cohen in the pits? It is Cohen in the pits. Looks like he's retired the car. I think he has completed at least 75% of the race, so I believe he will score points for P16 anyways. Van Roy is 4 laps down, so I think Cohen might be able to keep P16 at this point. Tonsack and fednad still battling, sort of. The gap's been opened up once again. fednad has responded to that pressure. DasStopsChild just can't get past Per-Olav, but he pulls towards the outside here, and Per-Olav going to defend. He's done this many a times. DasStopsChild's going to try it around the outside though. Too wide there for DasStopsChild. That's not going to work there. He really needs to try and squeeze Per-Olav on the inside. That's a trick when going around the outside of someone. You need to squeeze them, well, or force them to take the narrowest line possible so you can carry more speed around the outside, and that's DasStopsChild mounting the sausage curb. Luckily not losing the rear of the car, but he's maybe getting a bit impatient here, trying to find a way, well, struggling to find a way past Per-Olav, and now making some mistakes in the last few laps, the last few minutes of this race. Now we've got Oliver Elshaug on the back of DeedeeTKU. I think DeedeeTKU has actually got past. Yeah, I think DeedeeTKU's got past. What's happened here, actually? Has Oliver Elshaug made a mistake? No, Oliver Elshaug... No, Martinez has made a mistake. Sorry, he is only 2 seconds ahead of Besselink. The next car before was actually Oliver Elshaug, who was 20 odd seconds ahead. Yeah, there we go. Look at the damage on that Ferrari. Martinez has made a huge mistake and he's struggling with the rear now. All that damage is on the rear wing and the rear diffuser of that car. So all that downforce that would have been working before is nowhere near as efficient this time around. You can see how much he's having to slow down the car through Maggots and Beckett's, and Besselink might be able to grab another position here just by keeping it consistent, really. And yeah, I think that's position lost for Martinez. He's going to go defensive, but I don't think he's going to be able to hold on to this position for much longer. Yep, there we go. Slots back in the slipstream onto the racing line. And I think that's it for Martinez. Now the question is, can he hold on to P8 with Walker just 5 seconds behind? Let's see where Adrian is. 3/10 behind Bones. Looks to be more than that now. So Bones has still been defending against Adrian. Colbrand is still in the lead. We haven't really paid attention to much apart from the start of the race. After the pit stops, pretty much sailed away. And we'll go back to what battle we were looking at. This battle, Dasmo and Piroth. Dasmo just hasn't been able to get past. Looks like he has the pace to get past. But this could be a good opportunity to send it down the inside. No, Piroth goes defensive here. And has Piroth made the corner this time? He has. And nowhere, once again, nowhere for Big Dasmo to go. Piroth has just predicted exactly where he's going to go. And he's just placed his car correctly every single time. I think Dasmo is going to have to go for a big send here if he wants to get past Piroth. I mean, Dasmo definitely had a few chances earlier on. But I think he's a bit too tentative. Maybe he just didn't want to hit or make contact with Piroth. But amazing defensive driving from Piroth here. Hold on to this top 10 finish. We've still got another lap to go though for those two. Colin Brander coming up towards the third sector. We'll switch back to these two for now. We've got the Jackcroft in the comments saying these guys look way faster than me. Yeah, I'm sure you'll be in Division 1. I mean, top 5 at the end of the season do get promoted to Division 1, and bottom 5 of Division 1 get demoted to Division 2. So if you can get in that top 5, then you can get promoted to Division 1, but I mean, you're doing amazing since it's your first season. Bit of overstay for Dasmo. He's lost the car, pushing the car a bit too much and all into the barriers. And that's pretty much his race over. I mean, he's going to cross the line, but Colin Brander there. Cross the line in P1. White Smurf's going to cross the line. Flash of lights there from him in P2. But Dasmo into the wall. He's going to drop positions here. White Smurf there, crossing the line in P2. Bad to Bones crosses the line in P3. Adrian crosses the line in P4. Great racing from those four. Dimajusta's still got a bit to go, but where is Dasmo? Where is Dasmo? He has got that heavy damage. Nyman's not close enough there to... I don't think he's close enough to get that position off of Dasmo. But Dimajusta's going to cross the line there, P5. Oliver Assar is going to cross the line, P6. Besselink, after that stop-go 30, has recovered well. And in my opinion, did the best overtake of the season so far. And he's going to cross the line in E7 here. But what could have been maybe a win for Besselink ended up in P7. Walker's going to cross the line there in P8. Martinez is going to cross the line in P9. Piroth holding off Dasmo for so many laps. Crosses the line in P10 there. I'm sure he's going to be happy with that result. Dasmo there carrying that damage. Oh, that doesn't look good, but he's going to finish P11 anyways. So he didn't manage, or he didn't end up losing any positions, but Nyman did get close. Only 4 seconds there separating Dasmo and Nyman as they cross the line. He finishes in P12. Silver P13 And Tonsack crossing the line. Oh, we've still got fednad behind. In fact, fednad has lost a position to Tonsack. So Tonsack's going to finish ahead there in P14 and fednad in P15. We had a few retirements here. Aston JB retiring, Ibanez retiring, and Christie also retiring from the race, unfortunately. But there we have it. Colin Brander P1, White Smurf P2, and Bad to Bones P3. Amazing racing for the conditions we had. Yeah, maybe we can. I don't think we'll get some interviews. It is quite late now, actually. But yeah, great racing from both divisions. And next week we do have Spa. We've also got our PC championships. A couple of them starting this coming week. The first one being the Next Level Racing GT3 Championship on Tuesday. That has only got 2 spaces left in it. So if you wish to sign up for that, be sure to do so. And then on Wednesday we've got the IMB Raceware Championship as well. That's only got 3 spaces left in it out of a total of 40 drivers. So be sure to get signed up if you are on PC and looking to race and maybe win some prizes in that as well. But yeah, from us, thanks for watching and good night.